Hey there, YouTube. Well, it's the end of September. Camping season has begun for me, and I've got a 2-week trip coming up in a few days. I'll be on the road for 16 days, 15 nights. And I thought I'd make a video to show you everything I bring with me on a long trip like that. About half of this, maybe a little bit more than half, will be boondocking. The other half will be park camping. And I don't know, maybe you like seeing that kind of stuff. I know I do. I like watching videos to see what people take, if they've got some kind of big overlanding rig, or if they're just casual campers. It's kind of interesting to me, so I thought I'd make one of those for you. I'm going to make this as quick as possible, and let's get to it. So as you may or may not know, I camp in this Sun-Lite 16BH camper. It's a wonderful thing. I'm going to show you the inside of that and what I take with me in the camper. But before we go inside there, let me just kind of cover a couple quick things of what I bring with me in the bed of my pickup. All right, starting from top left on down. So that black chest has all sorts of recovery gear, straps, air compressor, socket set, automotive tools, all that kind of stuff. Got a generator. Like I said, at least half of this will be boondocking. I've got land out in Utah that I'll be staying on. All those power tools and stuff are for my land out in Utah. Got some more cleanup work to do this year, so got gloves and extra batteries and all that kind of stuff. Broom, shovel, that brown container underneath that chair is a fold out like a kitchen table kind of a thing, which is nice to have. Tons of water. And then extra dry food, some extra gallons of water for drinking, and a winter coat, winter hat. I'll be coming back through Wyoming, and it's going to be well into October at that time, so you never know what kind of weather you're going to run into in Wyoming. Overalls, work boots, work jacket. Then I got 15 gallons of fresh water. Those are empty right now, but I'll certainly be filling those up. I'll be park camping between here and Wyoming on the way out, so I won't need them until I get towards Wyoming, and I'll be boondocking. And then also 10 gallons of extra gasoline. My land out in Utah is about an hour and a half from a gas station, so having a bit of extra provisions will be good. And there's a couple off-road trails that I want to check out, and some places I want to go that are just so far removed from anything, it'll be good to have some extra gas. So the whole back seat of the truck is devoted to Ricky. The seats fold up, and he's got a flat platform here that's built into the truck. And then this protective cover just keeps all of his mud and shedding and all that kind of stuff off of the seats and whatever. It looks small here on camera, but trust me, there's plenty of room back here for him. He's got more space back here than most dogs have in a kennel or anything like that. So, and then he's got access to the air vents, so he'll get some air conditioning if necessary, and all that. It's a pretty good setup for him. And what's nice is that with all that rigged up like that, underneath I still have access to the under seat storage and stuff like that. So I've got an umbrella, extra dog supplies and provisions and stuff like that underneath as well. I am absolutely loaded up with water in this thing. Like every door's got that many bottles of water on it. It's crazy. This is the most comfortable vehicle I've ever had for a road trip, this truck. But anyways, inside the center console, I got all kind of USB supplies, memory cards, and all that kind of stuff for my laptop and my camera gear. My cell phone goes right there with Android Auto, so all my maps and everything are navigated there. I got my whole itinerary built out in a Google Doc that makes it very easy to go from one spot to the next. I'm not going to show you that, but you could use your imagination. That mount on the windshield is for a dash cam, which is basically a second cell phone that I can use to get some footage of me driving from the front. And then that screen up there is for my backup camera that's on the back of my camper. So all my camera gear and everything like that will get charged up here. I've got the USB-C, USB-A, and then also regular 12-volt connections for all that. So all that'll stay down there on the floor and will get covered up so no one sees it whenever I am parked, which won't be very often. I don't know, I've probably got about 7 or 8 bags of beef jerky and about 7 or 8 bags of trail mix. All sorts of Walmart brand stuff, but then also some of the better stuff too. These ones here are really good. But I don't normally stop for lunch on the road, so this will be what I eat for lunch for the next several days. That'll probably last me most of the trip, to be honest with you. Hopefully you could see inside here okay. Got my grill for cooking outside. I do cook inside more than outside, but if the weather's nice, I'll go outside sometimes. Got 2 hoses in that clear tub. some extra wheel chocks, big giant carpet. I very rarely use this. It's mainly in there to keep things from rolling into the fresh water tank. And then I got my little sewer snake. I don't know what you call that. It's the thing that makes the crap flow downhill when you're connected to sewage. And then inside this big tub here, I got my leveling blocks and extra extension cord, basic stuff. Hey, this is boring. I don't. Why are you even watching this? This is a stupid thing for you to watch. Let me try to make it more exciting. Got a 30 amp extension, and then I got a freshwater pump. So when I'm boondocking and I got that 15 gallons of fresh water, basically whenever I connect, when I fill up my tanks from here, I need some sort of pump to get the water out of those containers. So I've got that, and then I also have a funnel that works, but that electric pump is certainly easier. You just set it up and it does its thing. Got my Renogy solar panels. These are just the fold-out ones that connect directly to the battery. Got some more cooking supplies and stuff like that in here. Here's that funnel I was telling you about. So yeah, this just goes in here like that. And it's I've got it set up in such a way that it'll stay in there and it'll let me fill the water without it tiptoeing around and dripping all over the place. Not tiptoeing, tipping, you know what I'm talking about. And then I have two 20-pound propane tanks. So propane heaters inside. I do use my oven quite a bit when I'm out. I love the oven in this camper. And cooking on the stove and stuff like that. And then also when I'm boondocking, my fridge runs on propane as well. Last year, I made a very similar trip out west, and I went through one bottle. So 20 pounds will probably last me for this trip as well, but it's always nice having a spare just in case. I'll be on quite a bunch of dirt roads. A couple of the places I'm going to be camping is a good 10, 15 miles of dirt roads just to get to the site. So these all-terrain tires, these Wild Peaks, are fantastic tires. I didn't buy them because of the tread so much. It's just that they're more durable. So if there's some sharp rocks and stuff like that, I'm less likely to run into a puncture with these tires. But they are really, really high quality tires. And then you can see I'm still using the Anderson weight distribution hitch. I kind of don't need it with my truck now, but I like having it because when this is all configured, there's a couple things. For one, it's a pain in the butt for someone to steal my trailer. So with this hitch and everything on there, they got to cut chains and all this kind of stuff to get it off. It's a bit safer for that purpose. And then it certainly does tow really nicely with it. So it's not hurting anything. Even if I don't need it necessarily for weight distribution now, I just like having it. It's a really good purchase, and it's a very durable hitch that will last probably the life of this trailer, I think. All right, now we're inside in the bathroom. Yes, I know I got the toilet with this lift, and although I am a 5'10" adult male, I still need a baby stool to use this toilet. It's embarrassing, it's humiliating, but it's unfortunately necessary with this camper for me. But I got all my toiletries in that basket. Basket goes on these shelves here above the toilet, and that just keeps them up there nice and out of the way. But when I'm traveling, I don't like them up there because they will just fall down and spill everywhere. And then I have in the shower this thing here with the soap and shampoo stuff. So it's the first year I'm going to be camping with this thing. We'll see how this holds up. I think it'll be all right, but we'll see. I've never had something like that before. Saves a little bit of space and should be all right. We'll see. But yeah, bathroom's pretty simple in this camper. I don't really have a lot of stuff. So this is a gas and electric fridge. It's plugged in right now, so everything is nice and cold. I don't carry a lot of stuff in the fridge part, quite honestly. Most of my stuff is in the freezer, but I've got enough food here to last me probably until I get to Oregon. Once I get to Oregon, there's a grocery store there that I'll probably refill. But the freezer itself is packed solid with all sorts of food. And then, like I said, I use the oven often. So one of my favorite things is to bake cookies out in the middle of nowhere. So I'll be baking some cookies. I haven't had a cookie in quite a long time. That'll be a treat. But yeah, and then I got these ice packs here. So this may be of interest. When I'm in transit, sometimes I'll be driving, I don't know, 8 or 9 hours in a given day. And I take those ice packs and I just put them in the fridge, and that keeps everything in the fridge cold while I'm going. The stuff in the freezer never thaws. I mean, I've driven for 10 hours before, and the stuff in the freezer has remained frozen when I arrived. So this fridge really does a good job of keeping its temperature inside, even when there's no power to it, you know, in the sun too. I mean, this thing, the camper in here, I will pull in somewhere. Right now it's 65 degrees, but I'll pull in somewhere and this will be like 85 or 90 degrees. And even after that temperature, the stuff in the freezer still remains frozen. So pretty good deal. I like this fridge a lot. And I like the fact that it's propane. So when I'm out boondocking, I don't have to rely on solar. And that propane will last forever. I've got a video where I tested it. You'll get a solid 2 weeks of fridge use just on one propane bottle, which is a pretty good deal. Got a nice little coffee pot. It's not a pot, it's a Keurig. So I got some extra coffee in there, oatmeal for breakfast, plates and stuff like that. Some decaf tea as well. I was just thinking, I may end up using that generator to make coffee. One thing I have missed when I'm out boondocking is the ability to make coffee on a Keurig. I'm not going to make it on a campfire. I don't have the time for that, unfortunately. I'm too impatient of a person to make coffee on a campfire, but that'll be nice. I will probably fire up the generator and use gasoline just to make myself a cup of coffee way out in the desert. I put a lot of stuff in the sink when I'm in transit, stuff that it can bounce around without causing any harm. So that's what I got going on there. One thing about the 16BH that's a little bit annoying is you can use this shelf here for stuff, but because of all the plumbing down below, I put my trash can down here, but when you're in transit, you really can't use this space for much else. So I keep it pretty empty here, well, entirely empty until it's time to set up and I'll put my trash can down there. Same thing applies here with the hot water tank. You could kind of fit maybe some stuff there, but I don't like the idea of something bumping around as I'm going down the road, hitting the pipes. So I keep this empty. Now under the bed, this is where I keep all the dog stuff. So this slides out and that goes to the pass-through storage, which is nice to have access to it here. But I got dog toys to occupy the dude, and then all Ricky's dog food. I am such a nut when it comes to planning and organizing that I've got his morning and evening doses of dog food in baggies. I used to carry like a big Tupperware container with all of his dog food just in it and scoop it out. And that was just a bit of a nightmare to put somewhere without it spilling and, I don't know, attracting rodents or even, I mean, I'm not going to be anywhere where there's bear, but you never know. This way, everything is pretty much sealed. Nothing could smell it, and it's just simpler. So this is all the dog stuff in here. And then that just shuts, which is good. I like having that access quite a bit. And I built these drawers under the dinette some time ago, and they've held up really well. I think it's going to be going on 2 years, I think, since I did this. But anyways, they open up just fine. And I've got some extra tools in here, just basic stuff. And then some extra plumbing bits, some extension cords if I need it, instruction manuals, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully I won't need anything in here, but it's a good place to keep it just in case. And then under this one here, this drawer is not quite as deep. So I've got an electric fan in case I need it, a little vacuum, and an electric heater. If I am park camping somewhere, it's not going to be super cold where I'm going this time, but I camp all throughout the winter. So if it's sub-freezing outside, I like to use that electric heater instead of my propane furnace. It kind of helps with condensation because it dries out. Propane heat kind of breeds condensation, so that's a bit nicer, but that's just basic stuff in there, nothing too exciting. I'm not sure why you're watching this video. I came up with the idea of doing this because I like seeing this in other people's videos. I don't know if you're the same as me. This may be completely boring. You're probably not even watching it this far, but if you are, this is above the dinette. So I got 2 cabinets here. Keep all my pots and pans up here. I'd like to be able to keep them under the sink, but it's just a little bit better. And I wrap them with cloth like this, towels and pillowcases to keep things from rattling around and possibly breaking. There's some pans back there for cooking in the oven and paper towels. And then I've got this cool retro Bluetooth speaker that my sister got me for Christmas a year or 2 ago. And I like having that. It runs on batteries. So I never use the stereo, the thing that's built into the camper, this guy here. It sounds awful and it's annoying. I turned it on once to test it and it annoyed me. So I like having my own little Bluetooth. And then I got a bunch of plastic bags, toilet paper, electric lantern, battery backup, flashlight, cleaning supplies, dog cleaning supplies, lighter, all that kind of stuff, household stuff. This is the stuff that you'd probably have under your sink at home. I've got it all up here. We're almost to the end. Got the TV. This is retracted right now, but it does come out. So it comes out probably about here, and it swivels to the dinette, which is really nice. Why do I have a TV? I don't watch television. I haven't had cable since about the year 1999. It's been a good 25 years since I've had cable, but I'm a fiend when it comes to movies and TV shows and stuff like that. So I've got my entire DVD collection that I ripped down to MP4 files, and I've got them all on a bunch of USB drives. So I like to be, like I said, out in the middle of nowhere, an hour and a half from a gas station, baking cookies in my oven and watching some obscure horror movie that 5 people, in the state of Utah even know what it is. So that's the kind of guy I am. I like having that luxury. So I got a TV and I got all my stuff ready to watch. And then how do you work? You're probably asking, so what do you do? Run the generator the whole time you're watching TV? No, no, no. I got a Bluetti down here. So that Bluetti will give me about 3 hours of TV usage. And then I just recharge that with my solar panels in the day, or if I'm out off-roading or something like that, I just plug it into the 12 volt of the car and it charges up as I drive down the road. So that's for my TV. I pretty much use that only for TV, unless it's really hot somewhere and I need to run that electric fan. That kind of helps with that too. All my clothing in these bins up here. This storage above the bed is perfect for clothes. So I've got enough stuff to last me there for quite a while. And then this third door, you can't really open it with the TV. If the TV's out, then I could just swivel it out of the way, but I don't want to pull it out now because it's all latched in there. But you can still access it from behind here. That looks like absolutely nothing to you. You can't see anything back there, but behind there I've got some extra blankets and stuff like that. I even have an electric blanket. Like I said, if I'm park camping and it's really freezing outside, I'd rather use electric heat. So sometimes I won't even run the heat in the camper. I'll just go off of the electric blanket. All right, I think I'm just about done. The last thing I got to show you is this little caddy here that goes, it fits just perfectly over this dinette seat. It's supposed to be for like an armchair or a recliner or something like that, but got a charger for my phone that plugs into the USB right back there. And then got a place to put my eyeglasses, remote control, whatever inside there. So this thing's pretty nice. This was supposed to be a wireless pad, but whoever made this thing didn't know what they were doing, because this gets so hot, like it was causing my phone to nearly melt. So I basically just snipped the wire off of that and I used that instead. All right, that's the end of this video. Like I said, I don't know if this is interesting to you or not. This may be something that gets 5 clicks, but I like watching videos of people's setup and what they take with them and how they survive for weeks at a time out on the road. I thought I'd make the same video. I don't know. I love this camper. It's going on 3 years that I've had it. I've had no significant problems with it. A couple minor things is if you look at my other videos, you'll see that kind of stuff. But this camper has been so nice for me, and it really makes traveling far out, places way out in the middle of nowhere like in that picture, it makes it a very comfortable experience. So thanks for watching this video. Hope you got something out of this. If nothing else, and maybe, I don't know, wasted a bit of your day. Hopefully you're working while you're watching this, so maybe you're getting paid to watch it. Then maybe it won't feel so bad that you wasted some time on it. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.